Je l'appelle comment démontrer ce soir, je suis avec des sous électriques.
What's up, y'all? It's Tupac.
Hey, this is Lady Gaga. What's up, y'all? I'm Beyonce.
Redefining broadcasting. Listen, you are and Liberty TV Radio. We dare to lead. This is radio like you never heard before. And Liberty TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio.
All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Night Wheels on Elevated TV Radio. Tonight, we were going to focus on trying my hands on predicting football matches, something I've not done in a couple of years. I'm going to try. I'm rusty. I was doing research this afternoon and I found out that I've lost touch with the beautiful game, and the tools to work with, the apps, the contacts to work with, to call someone ever picking their calls in Europe, and some just felt like I had moved on, and so they were not working for me anymore. Jesus is Lord. My coach used to say, if you leave football for 1 week, football will leave you for 3 weeks. I just discovered that this afternoon, other people that I used to have as a crack squad, my former schoolmate, my former friends in Europe, in Germany, were like, okay, please work up the statistics board for me. Tell me what's possible with this team, what's possible with that team. What a lot of people hear on radio is what I say. What they don't see is the back end of over 23 different people working in tandem, from Sweden to Germany, Italy, England, France, and Spain, and then the Netherlands, and then Russia, to give me like a spreadsheet of what to work with. And then I take that, I internalize it, and then I come on air and Barcelona will win 6-1. I also do my own anyway. Like when I say Nigeria will qualify with 2 games to spare for the 2018 World Cup, that's mine. Barcelona win 6-1 was actually mine, okay? But then there are some that I do as a result of this team collective. So even if I do my own research, I still give credit to them. Like, these guys make me think, because you know how Bible says that iron sharpened iron? Yeah, these guys are, that's what they do. They do statistics. In Nigeria, you got to realize that in Nigeria, we're not really exploring the possibilities within the sporting market, like the sporting ecosystem. So across Europe, there are companies that are responsible. The interview that I did a couple of days ago will soon be on our channel next week. We would have put it all together. Hey, Osas, how you doing? Fine girl, the energy goddess. Across Europe and in the US, especially in the US, if you've ever read the book, The Moneyball, I wish I was not live. I would have, it's in my library. If you read the book, The Moneyball, and you've watched the movie, The Moneyball, one of the things you would notice very fast is that there are people who've created a winning team on the back of studying statistics of players, of coaches, of teams, and all that, and it has worked wonders. And as a matter of fact, the transfer market today is controlled majorly by those people who work statistics, who tell you what player is in form, and by what they are doing today, how long their form will be, and how their form can translate from form into class and sustain development. Or probably someone will tell you the lifestyle that this talented player is living will not make him survive beyond 5 years. So if you want to give him a contract, Just make the first 5 years and then let him go. Yeah, it's a crazy thing, but that's what the world of sports have become. So for you to be able to come out and beat your chest and say, okay, I want to predict this game or I want to talk about this game, you've got to do a whole lot of research. And sometimes, especially in an era where digital work is not monetized, you can't ask somebody to help you look at a spreadsheet without the person asking you, are you going to pay me $2 or $10 or $5 for that work? So it's difficult. It's difficult. And it's not a tool that I have that I can do everything all by myself. It's one thing that we must always understand. So sometimes you got to look at yourself and say, oh, I don't have what it takes to do all of this, but I'm going to try my best. So when games are being predicted, it's as a result of people's hard work. But before we go into game predictions, what goes up, what's going to come up this weekend, let's not forget that there are some games going on today. So let's look at those ones first. We talked about them yesterday. It would be nice to look at them again today and tell you where we stand on those ones. And some games are already going on right now as we speak. We would, sorry if it's shaking in your face, sorry. We would look at those ones as well and then move on to the games that are coming on tomorrow and then the day after and so on and so forth. Okay, so let's not forget that yesterday I told you guys that one thing that is guaranteed in these two games, Marseille Montpellier and Eintracht Frankfurt Bochum, is both teams to score. Like, I could put my life on it. Both teams to score is as guaranteed as anything. Over 1.5 is as guaranteed as anything. Now, taking it further to who would win, that I cannot predict. Taking it to over 2.5 is asking for too much. Guess what? As I speak with you, halftime in France, it is Marseille 1, Montpellier 1. So every prediction that I gave you about that game is as good as gunning if you put your bet on it. The game between Eintracht Frankfurt and Bochum, I remember saying that I hope that Eintracht Frankfurt will win, but something tells me that both teams will score is guaranteed. Over 1.5 is also guaranteed, and that's exactly where it is. 79 minutes going to the 80th minute on the clock, it is 1-1. Well, 49 minutes going to the 50th minute in Spain, Mallorca playing against Osasuna, that game that I said have all the peggings of a draw, but anything is possible, and that's a very difficult game to predict. It's still 0-0. I think I've not lost touch. I used to think I've lost touch. That thing they say is still the body. Yeah, I just realized I got it. Might be lucky, but I got it. My mother used to say something that I love a lot. She said nobody gets lucky doing nothing. Every lucky person is always lucky because they were doing something. You cannot get lucky and pass an exam that you did not write. I don't care who you are. I don't care who your pastors or your juju man is. You cannot get lucky to pass an exam that you did not write. You cannot win a lottery that you did not buy the ticket. Well, that's exactly the way it is. Hoping that goals will come in and then we'll see how it goes. But let's not forget on the result side. Let me let you know that in the CAF Champions League, games are also going on. Arroyo of Guinea is playing against Vipers of Uganda, and that one has finished, and they ended 2-0 in favor of Arroyo. Roya in Guinea. The Guineans are on the rise. Zamalek of Egypt were leading 2-1 against El Maric of Sudan, but things have changed. It's not 2-2. Yeah, because Sudanese team just equalized. Later tonight, Raja Casablanca of Morocco will play against Simba of Tanzania. These are top clubs in African football, and they are holding it down. They're locking it down, doing the best that they know how to do. Well, let me take you to the championship in England. One team has 2 more games to gain promotion to the top line, the top flight, and it's it's football as it should be, as they say. Burnley playing against Sunderland. Burnley are playing at home. They started out very well, but Sunderland have taken the game to them, and they have created better chances, look likely to score more. The best chance that Burnley have had is the one where they had a chance from the corner, but they still didn't convert it. It's 50 minutes on the clock. There's still 40 whole minutes to play. Anything is possible. 5 minutes into the second half, it looks like this game might end in a draw, but Burnley knows that they have 2 more wins and they are in the Premier League. Yes, because the work that that man, Vincent Kompany, Captain Fantastic of Manchester City, have done a great job. So next season, we most likely will be seeing a lot of former Pep Guardiola boys playing against Pep Guardiola if he's still on the job at Man City. You never know. These things you never know. Well, on the news side, let me tell you that the chairman of Tottenham Hotspur have come out and said, "Oh, I regret the day I sanctioned and approved the sale of Kyle Walker to Manchester City. Every time I see him and the performance he's put in and being the fastest player in that team, I regret it. I don't regret selling Luka Modric. I don't regret selling Gareth Bale because the money were good, but I regret selling Kyle Walker to Manchester City. And I've made up my mind. Yes, I've got my mind made up. And I won't turn back. No matter what happens. I don't care what people say. I made up my mind that no, my 4 little children can never be judged. Oh, sorry. That's Martin Luther King. I'm confusing myself now. Can never be judged by the content, the color of their skin, or by the color of the character. Martin Luther King, you too, you flop. Seeking equality where you forsake black people investment. You messed up. Those people who call Martin Luther King a hero and they know what they call. As far as I'm concerned, it's not a hero. As far as I'm concerned, hate me all you like, but that's just the truth. You know that sometimes you call people hero just because other people say he's a hero, not necessarily because you know what he did. That day I saw some people saying Kesarowa is a hero. I was like, okay, yeah. Let me not say anything about that one now. But I know what I know, and I know the facts. But let's keep that one for another day. So the man says he's not going to sell any player to the Manchester clubs. Does that in this equation? Because what it means, if he live up to his word, or probably he's just lying, so that the 80 million that Manchester United are budgeting, now that he knows that the budget that Manchester United have is 80 million, he's saying to himself, no, can't take 80 million, wants 100 or something. And because he wants more money, maybe he's coming out to say this, he's putting out this statement so that the pogri will increase. I don't know if that is the plan. It seems to be working. But let's say hypothetically, he ends up not selling any player to Manchester clubs, especially Manchester United. Does that mean that Victor Osimhen is now back in the front of the conversation for Manchester United striker demand, the need for strikers for Manchester United? Rebecca Williams, I see you. Tosi Iloyomade, I see you as well. If I not pronounce your name well, I am sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me, for I know not what I am doing. For I am not educated in the ways of your language. I'm sorry. In pronunciation and enunciation of your language, I am sorry. I apologize. It's not a deliberate thing. There is no intention to murder, massacre, annihilate, and destroy your name. But Damola Ibrahim Abiodun, I know that name. He said, good evening, boss. If big money is on the table, Levy go say, waiting them one win with Spurs. I don't know. Now, even the player, I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like he get juju with the guy they use. All that's until say, you go to do juju. You go to do juju. But I get juju waiting, they tell those players, say, you have to stay. They'll just say, okay, yes, sir. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Anything you say, boss, I will say, boss. You can't understand. But let's just leave it like that and look at it. Do you have your pen and your writing pad? Because we're going to take some note today. Yes, imagine that you guys put your heavy bet on my prediction yesterday. But now money don't clear. You don't clear. Let me say not clear. You don't clear first. All these people, they do single bet. My guys, I have a group of friends, one WhatsApp group. Then they do more than 2 games. You can't convince them because they are heavy better. Those guys bet 1,500,000. Like, man, sometimes when I see them say, I don't bet they will snap their screen, they'll screen grab, they'll come put on the group. I was like, Jesus Christ. Did somebody just put 2 million in a game? And I mean predictor. And I've been telling a lie. SLGNet cannot put 2 million naira in a game. I don't have the grease to do that. But then Neymar gambled away 900,000 pounds yesterday, and he was laughing. So God give me the grace to be able to do that. But no, if I get that kind of money, I need to gamble again. I'm gambling because I need money. I need to gamble because I'm going to try. It's not a habit for me. And talking about money, let me say something that happened today, and it's good when people do good for you, you also say. So I posted the video of this girl, Dada. People call her Dada in Agege, but her name is Bemisola, right? Bemisola Yusuf. She's a referee, she's a footballer, she's also a karate person. And I posted the video, and we've been working on this video for a while now. And most times people tell me, this video, people not go view them, not go get any numbers. Say your videos for grassroots, then they get numbers. I say, yes, I know, but that's not the reason why I shouldn't put in effort. I should still try. So when I put the video, I was like, maybe 100 views is okay. But it's not about the views this time. Yeah, the views is not as encouraging as I would love. Like me, if when it comes to views, I'd be Oliver Twist. I would always ask for more. So I put up the video and, the short ones on Instagram and Twitter, like that, and Facebook. And then somebody reached out to me and said, send me your account number. First off, I was bothered. When it's total stranger that I don't know, ask me for my account number, I'm always bothered. Like, hey, I was not be EFCC people with the one just try me, made an unconscious I be criminal. So but then I explained, I saw the video, he wants to support, he wants to help, and talked about some charity work that he's doing. I said, okay. So first thing I did was to reach out to the baby girl. Like I asked for a number, my producer got a number from me. Kalajai, thank you very much for that. And I asked for her account number. She sent me her account number. And then this guy sent him my account number. And he sent in 20K. And immediately, I had to send to the girl. And the girl, again, good character. You just tell that she was well-raised. Next thing she did was, sorry, sir, what is the money meant for? Do you want me to buy you something? I was like, wow, this is a good child, well-raised. Okay? And then just when I said, no, some guy who I don't even know, watched your video and they felt compassionate towards you and they sent me that money and I forwarded to you. But the guy said he wants to be anonymous. I shouldn't mention his name. I shouldn't talk about him. But that's what happened. So I screen grabbed the delivery, the person that sent me the alert, I should send to her. And I also, send the one that I sent to the girl, I sent the screen grab of the receipt to the guy who sent the money. Now that's not the end of the story. That was the end of the story. It was been good. So I just play with ideas on Twitter. You know me and my ideas about Nigerian League. So I just play with this different idea. Tweeted something about Abu Aziz and Sikiru Alimi being the content center for the Nigerian Professional Football League, the Nigerian Premier Football League. That's what it's called now. And Desire Akwaranozie. Now let me tell you something about Desire Akwaranozie. I'm trying to interview Desire Akwaranozie for eternity. When I was using my other Twitter handle, she actually blocked me one time. Okay, I don't know, but maybe this thing happened. She now reached out to me. I realized I'm not even following her within my new handle. She now reached out to me. What do you have in mind? What do you want to do? And I said, for me, I didn't want to, I don't want to start the conversation of somebody's pitiable state on public space. So I said, let me go to your DM, and then I tried to see if I could go to her DM. I wasn't following her. I tried to follow her anyway, but she sent me a message and I replied. And I got chatting with her and she asked me for my account number and she was going to send something. Now, why I'm sharing this story with you guys is, you see this work that I would do. I remember as I posted it, I shared it with someone and the guy sent me a message that, let me read what he said. The thing is, you don't understand what is good for you. When you went to the Super Eagles camp, even though you didn't do your work with proper camera, you saw the views you have. You should think like a businessman, not like somebody who thinks he can help the whole world and save the whole world. You see, this work that you do with all these people is such a hard work, but you will not get the views that you need. Instead, just focus on the national team. People like to watch the big boys. Nobody cares about this girl. Nobody's going to watch her. This is the way the world is. It is a reality. I may not be a YouTuber, but I know that you need money. I'm your friend, so I'm going to tell you this. You're wasting your time. Well, I don't want to mention his name now. Boss, I'm not wasting my time. It has made more impact. Yes, I may not have the numbers and views that I look forward to, but the fact that my work, I've been able to impact somebody's life, it's made more impact as far as I'm concerned than a million views. Would I love to have a million views? Yes, I would. But if I don't have a million views and I'm able to put a smile on somebody's face, that is even bigger. That is even bigger. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but it is a story that I thought I should share with you guys and let you know how my day have gone today. So let's come back to what we've got to do on the show today. Man, I'm struggling with this mouse freezing. I think next week I need to change this computer. I definitely will change this computer next week. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to find a way to change it next week. Computer is stressing me so much. Okay, let's go to what Tosa Baba said. He said that was a great video, Yusuf. And then he said you should send the video to TV stations to encourage young ones. And the thing about TV stations is I've reached out to TV stations before that I want to do content like this and run it on their stations. And then the next thing is you have to pay for airtime. So I know how it works. I'm not going to be able to do that. It should stay on YouTube. The same 20,000 people that watch YouTube videos that I do from the Super Eagles camp without even voice or anything, those same 20,000 or 30,000 people should go and watch this one. If you don't want to watch, let the 140 people that have watched it enjoy it like that. The day that TV stations think that it is important to them, they should come and pay us and carry the content. That's the way it is. Okay, so let's move on the show and do other things. Okay, so Barcelona have started the conversation with Lionel Messi once they heard that Messi said he's not going to US this season or next season. Still going to try to stay one more season in France and see if he can help get them to win the Champions League. So Barcelona said, okay, if he's going to stay one more season, why not bring him to Spain? But I'm asking, why does Barcelona think that they need Messi anymore? What is really in them that they're looking for Messi anyway? But I don't know. Anything is possible. Hilal have turned down Adidas and Puma to sign up for Nike. So when you see him play going forward, he'll be wearing Nike boots. There is no Puma, there is no Adidas. Forget that the Puma are the ones that are keeping Puma, the German giant, are the ones that are keeping Manchester City. But the Norwegian tour is not interested in all that conversation. Mikel Arteta have told everybody not to worry. Fear not. Even if you want to go to the North, you should fear not, okay? Because as it is right now, William Saliba is not going to go for surgery. He's not going to play against Leeds this weekend, but he would not be going for surgery. The back injury that he got, he will rest. It's just a spasm. He'll rest it and he'll be back playing again. There's a possibility that you see Gabriel Jesus and Thomas Partey play against Leeds United. Yes, Gabriel Jesus is not 100% fit, but it's 80%. And in football, 80% is just as good as can be. Yeah, that's the situation over there. Well, in other news, Thomas Tuchel has come out to say, well, why I am complaining that it took 3 hours plus meeting before I got fired in 2017. His own, he got sacked by just 3 minutes. 3 minutes of the meeting, and he was fired. He was shocked. So, whoa, really? This is how that's all they do for you. These Americans are, wow. If you're now, well, Eric Ten Hag, the manager of Manchester United, have called the attention of the referees and say, watch out for that tree. Judge of the jungle, watch out for that tree. Watch out for Newcastle and their tricks. They always fall down. They always like to waste time. Watch out for them. I say Manchester United are going to lose this weekend. Yeah, I'm going to bet on it. Manchester United are going to lose this weekend. Nobody calls attention of referees to things and get away with it. It's going to be feisty. It's going to be tough. It's going to be crazy. The early kickoff tomorrow is going to be explosive. I don't know who's going to win, but I know that both teams are going to score. Yes, Manchester City host Liverpool at the Etihad. Liverpool and Robin Hood, they play well against the top side. Don't forget that when it came to the award, it was Arsenal all the way. Bukayo Saka won his first player of the month, and the manager has become a serial winner now. He's won 4 this time. Mikel Arteta won the 4th one. Exactly this time last season, exactly this weekend last season was when Mikel Arteta won it, and the next game was against Crystal Palace, and Crystal Palace beat Arsenal. That was how they went on after winning 13 games. Going 13 games unbeaten, I think they won 10 and draw 3. And then they played that game and they lost, and it was the domino effect that led to Arsenal not making the top 4. Would that happen again this time around? I don't know, but they have too much simile, too much resemblance, too much things that put you in a place where you should be worrying. And then the goal of the month also was Arsenal. It was Arsenal all the way. Everything was all about Arsenal. Aston Villa boss Callaward Hills flying Hannah Hampton following a Lioness record. It's talking about the women in the game. Okay, now everybody who's listening to me saying, "Come, it's not why we're here tonight. Come talk about the games that we'll put our money on." Well, before I will do that, let me tell you that the Saudi Arabia people are really serious. They want to do what China tried to do and didn't succeed by making sure that they use money to make their league the most followed and the most talked about the world. They've done Cristiano Ronaldo, they've done Odion. Now they've offered Sergeant Sergio Ramos 26 million pounds a season for the next 2 seasons for him to come play in the Middle East. It does look like this brother will take the money and go play there. What's the next thing that you need? He's won everything. Champions League is not his headache anymore. Well, let me also tell you that Chelsea have come out to say, if Spurs can do it, we can do it as well. We are not going to sell Aubameyang to Barcelona, not because we have a problem with Barcelona, but we feel he had disrespected us when he went to go and celebrate El Clasico with Barcelona while we were playing our own game here. Is he trying to tell us that Chelsea game is not important, but it's Barcelona game that is bad? Meanwhile, we're paying the salary. We will sell it to any other club, but definitely not Barcelona. Small boy, you're in trouble. Oh. So this might just be Roman will say, West Grabsoners have come out to say Spurs former manager or Spurs sacked manager Antonio Conte was right to come out the way he did because Spurs don't have senior pros in the team that likes to take responsibility or dig other players' ass, or they are always afraid to upset the cozy environment that is in Tottenham Hotspur. That's why they are what? Shit. Tottenham is shit. Okay. So he said Antonio Conte was 100% right to have said the things he said and done the things he did. So let's leave it like that and see how it goes. Okay, let me see what you guys have got to say. Damola Ibrahim Abiadu said, wow. He said this manager of the month way Ateta win. Next game fit be draw or lose because any manager will win the next game. Is either lose or draw. Yes, the cost of the manager of the month, but then he's won it 3 times before, and after that he went on to win. So maybe we think it's changed it, but this Leeds United game is going to be very tricky. And then Abiadu went on to say, save of the month, manager and player of the month was all Arsenal. Wolves player win goal of the month. So that's also a good one for Wolves that doesn't score goals, but the one time they score, it was a goal to remember. That's a good one for them. Congratulations to them. I wish them the very best. Let's go back and check the scoreline. Well, Eintracht Frankfurt and Bochum, that game have ended 1-1. My prediction was absolutely spot on. Yeah, the gods of prediction are on my back. I wish I could just go 5 weeks, 5 consecutive weeks of predicting just 5 games accurately. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm begging my friends to help me work on the research and see if I still got the mojo going on. 5 weeks. If I get 5 weeks going, I am back. I tell you, like I tell any striker, if you can score in 5 consecutive games, you are back. Nobody's stopping you. You are on a roll and nobody's going to stop you. So let's look at the games that are, let's go back to the game between Burnley and Sunderland and see if that game is still going on or if the tide have changed. It was 0-0 the last time we checked. It's 69 minutes on the clock. It is still 0-0. Doesn't look like these people want to score. Well, for Burnley, you can say, well, if they don't win this one, they still have time. They can always gain promotion. They are already champions elect. But then let's look at the games that are going to go down tomorrow. But before I do that, let me give you transfer gist. Remember in the morning, I didn't give you the speculation around the transfer window, and people start sending me message. Therefore, you didn't give us transfer speculation. There's a whole lot. It was very long, and we're talking about different things. That's why I didn't do that. Chelsea want as much as 70 million for England midfielder Mason Mount. Remember yesterday I gave you the gist that the coach who worked with him at Chelsea, Thomas Tuchel, have said that that's one player that he wants to work with again. So he's ready for them to do it. Would Bayern Munich be willing to pay that amount of money? That I don't know, but let's see how it goes. But then Chelsea says if they want him, 70 million is what they would take. Well, we will see whether they can hold on to 70 million or probably they would agree to bring it down to 50, because I hear from my sources on the inside, the Bayern are willing to pay 40, 45, or 50 at most. But the less I go. Despite him entering the final year of his contract. So Bayern will be saying for 1 year remaining, they will do it the same way Arsenal did Yuri Telemans. We are going to control this conversation. We're not going to let you just show up and dictate for us. Having said that, who's this person that's saying good evening, sir, by this time of the day? Well, that's not what I want to focus on right now. Messi man is interested in joining Bayern Munich as well and being reunited with his former Chelsea manager, Thomas Tuchel. It does tell you that those two have a good relationship that is going on, and it also means that they will both be having phone conversation going back and forth, as the case may be, depending when the transfer happens. But then I've also learned from Mikhailo Modric that a player can be singing the song of one coach and one team, and he will go and sign for another hijacking team, and then go there and become a Fetamuya player, a Legbere and Kola player. Well, you know, Mikhailo Modric looked like the guy that was the messiah that was going to come and help Arsenal win the league title, but then he's ended up with Chelsea. They are still pitching their tent in 10th position on the league table. German champion Bayern Munich are close to completing a deal for Chelsea's English assistant coach Anthony Barry. There's more going that direction as it is right now. West Ham United, Declan Rice 24 is not a target for Bayern, and they did not hold a meeting with the England midfielders representative last week. They've come out to clear the air so that nobody can lie on their head. Saudi Arabia club Hilal, yes, I've offered to make Paris Saint-Germain's Argentine forward Lionel Messi 35 the world's highest paid player. Cristiano Ronaldo be like, what is wrong with this boy? What is wrong with this boy? He cannot even just allow me enjoy my glory in peace. He's always going to come and try to do one thing or the other. Hey, okay, it's in him. It's my student that's reaching out to me right now. Major League Soccer club Inter Miami are hopeful of signing Messi and Barcelona Spain midfielder Sergio Busquets at 34 next season. Well, let's hope that they can work the magic. I don't know. Tottenham and England striker Harry Kane 29 remains Manchester United top striker target. But Ajax Ghana forward Mohamed Kudus 22 and Benfica and Portugal Goncalo Ramos 21 among the options for Manchester United. There's no Victor Osimhen in that conversation. Manchester United hopes of signing Netherlands midfielder Frankie de Jong 25 could be boosted by Barcelona pursuit of Manchester City's German midfielder Ike Gundogan, who is 32. I don't think he's boosted anyway. Gundogan's agent has denied the Manchester City captain has made a decision on his future, although he's open to a move away from Manchester City, but it can be tempted to stay if they just bring in good enough money. Tempting to touch. Forget if I don't know the lyrics, it's my business. Man, is something. Burnley boss Wilson Company, who is 36 years of age, has emerged as a leading contender for the Tottenham Hotspur job. And I remember he said, "No dice, I'm not interested. I'm staying where I am." As a successor of Antonio Conte, who other people that they were targeting have also said, no, we're not interested. Tottenham Hotspur cannot be our first option. We're looking towards Real Madrid. Real Madrid have decided they will not know where we want to go, but Tottenham Hotspur, you guys are shit. We'll not pack shit in the morning. We'll wait till later in the day. Okay, so let's see how that one goes anyway. West Ham are likely to part companies with manager David Moyes at the end of the season, regardless of whether the club avoid relegation or not. Isoko Man, it's time to go back to Scotland. Okay, Leeds United could turn to former Crystal Palace manager Patrick Vieira in the summer if the Spanish boss Javi Garcia, appointed as Jesse Mark's successor until the end of the season, does not stay on. Okay, Manchester City's captain, Spain defender Aymeric Laporte, 28, is a target of Paris Saint-Germain to come and fix that defense that Sergio Ramos was unable to fix. Chelsea and Tottenham are set to battle it out for the signing of Inter Milan and Italy defender Leandro Bastoni, 23, this summer. Let's hope that it goes to Chelsea, because if it goes to Spurs, it's just going to pack shit. No ambition. Nothing. They will not win anything in our lifetime. Okay, Spurs may look to make the loan deal of Barcelona and France defender Clement Langley, 27, a permanent deal for around 14 million euros or 12.3 million pounds, with the centre back no longer in Barcelona's plan. Xavi no wants him. Yes, if your boyfriend Naga let him go, that's why not they do anything, so let him go. Arsenal will try to sign Barcelona and Spain defender Eric Garcia, 22, again in the summer after being rejected by the player in the general transfer window. I will tell you for free, that deal is not going to happen. Manchester City and Paris Saint-Germain have made initial bid for Ajax split a Croatian defender Luka Vuskovic, okay, who is 16 years, but the Croatian side are in no rush to agree with it because they know a host of clubs across Europe are interested. So the boy just have been rich. Okay, Brighton's 18-year-old Republic of Ireland striker Evan Ferguson wants to continue his development with Seagulls despite interest from several Premier League clubs. Okay, let's keep our fingers crossed and see. Several Premier League clubs are interested in Barcelona's Denmark centre-back Andres Christensen. It was somewhere here languishing in the Premier League with Chelsea. Nobody wants him now, everybody wants him. Barcelona 20-year-old Spain forward Ansu remains keen to succeed at La Liga club despite his lack of play. He not go succeed there. He knows how to play ball. Okay, Spanish goalkeeper David De Gea 32 says he's still happy at Manchester United as talk over a new deal has continued, so it's not moving anywhere. This is my home. Ilemi, this is his Ile. It's not going anywhere. Ile David De Gea, Ile Agbo, Ile this one, Ile that one, Ile Ekpo, Ile Babalawo, whatever. This is his own Ile. Yes, so Leeds United and Spain forward Rodrigo Moreno 32 could leave the club this summer if they were relegated. France forward Olivier Giroud 36 is set to sign a new deal with AC Milan that will run until 2024. AC Milan have been offered Guinean midfielder Navigator 28 ahead of his exit from Liverpool this summer when his contract expires. No dies, I'm not renewing. Jose Mourinho has told Roma he wants to honor his contract, which runs until 2024. There have been rumors the Portuguese boss would leave the club amid interest from Paris Saint-Germain, but he said, Paris Saint-Germain, that place is also shit, like Tottenham Hotspur. I don't want to go there. So I've coached clubs that are better. I cannot go to that club. That club does not have what it takes. Now let's go back and check the live score and see whether anything has changed. Remember, I told you what the scores were before, but you know, in the twinkle of an eye, when no man knows, the Lord cometh. And I saw the writer of the Bible. Anything can happen too. So what? Anything can happen. So it be. Okay, so let's check the scores and see if anything has changed. Told you that the game between my Eintracht Frankfurt and Bochum have ended 1-1. Well, Mallorca and Osasuna, 79 minutes on the clock, it is still 0-0. 74 minutes on the clock between Marseille and Montpellier, it is still 1-1. So let's go into the games for tomorrow. We don't have all the time in the world again. We have only 23 minutes to run through this show and get it done and over with. Okay? Like my friend Yinka would say, Yinka Sports would say, done and sorted. Done and dusted. Done and sorted. Okay? Let's get it done and dusted. Hey, God, Yinka, don't get angry with me. Let's do some talking about this one. Manchester City Liverpool is the first game tomorrow. 12:30 is the time. And I am tempted to do a watch along with that game, but I don't have enough members to be able to take that risk. It might not work. I want to take a gamble that will make me be stranded here for 2 hours. I don't think I want to do that one. But then, let me see some of the messages that some of you have put on there. Okay. It's Edijala Ufuma talking about members, and one member just popped up out of nowhere. Tottenham is very unserious, okay, because they don't want to say their players. God of heaven. I like football. Fans' reaction just excites you. It just makes you go over the top, and I love it. Okay, so let's come and look at some of the fixtures for tomorrow across different leagues. And I was really hoping that you guys will be here today and be asking me questions about games that you want to bet on. I'm sure everybody have already bet on their games, so what's the use talking about them? But I'm happy that my predictions have come true with the three games that came out we talked about yesterday. So it's giving me confidence that maybe I might be back, or maybe I might be in form, or maybe I might just be lucky now and I go and do another one. And it goes worse. But let's see. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Manchester City, Liverpool. What's my best bet on this one is both teams to score. Yeah, both teams to score over 2. I'm going to go on the limb and say over 2.5. But before I say that, I'm not sure if Haaland is going to play. If Haaland is not going to play even, I'm still going to say over 2.5. Because I think that Mo Salah will raise his game. Jota is back. Now Darwin Núñez will raise his game. That Man City defense, if they meet a team that really troubles them, they will be troubled. But then, you know, one thing that I've noticed in the Premier League, Have you guys noticed that Kevin De Bruyne have not ever won Player of the Month in the Premier League? Kevin De Bruyne and Bukayo Saka have won it. Do you guys realize that Aguero never won Player of the Season? This Premier League, do you not agree with me that they regal? That's crypto. But let's leave that one. Let's leave that one. Man City, Liverpool, I don't know who will win, but both teams to score is guaranteed. Over 2.5 is guaranteed. That means over 1.5 is also guaranteed. So let's get past that one and go to Arsenal Leeds United. Now, you know, when teams come from international break, it is also very, very difficult to really accurately predict what will happen, especially when players are coming from international break, some with injuries, some not really informed, and the team is going to be adjusted. Rob Holdings playing against this Leeds United. But I'm going to go with Arsenal on a straight win in this game, and I'm also going to go with over 1.5. I don't think this is a single game, a single goal game. Arsenal will win this one straight up. Bournemouth playing against Fulham. This game is going to be tight. But then I will go with Bournemouth to win. And everybody's like, why? When Mitrovic is not playing this game, the coach, they are still serving their ban, even though they've come out to apologize. I think that Bournemouth are going to take advantage of this one and win this one. Again, another one over 1.5. Brighton and Hove and Brentford. This is the one where you can bet both teams to score. I think that the away team will score as well as the home team will score. It's over 1.5, both teams will score. Crystal Palace, Leicester City. Now they have a new coach. They need to prove that the management was right for firing the former coach. Roy Hodgson is going to revert to his traditional, well-polished, well-used, the one formation that gave him glory, 4-4-2. And I'm sure that that's Ogumgoro, elephant leg over with Zaha will all of a sudden not find his form. Very useless player. But anyhow, he will not find his form and then start to play well. I think in this game, this is the game where I'd say Crystal Palace will win their first game. It's going to be very, very funny. Over 2.5 is also sure in this one. Nottingham Forest Wolves, I don't know. Nobody should put it on the accumulator. Chelsea playing against Aston Villa. Chelsea were on the roll before they got to the international break. And if there was one team that probably would say they didn't want the international break, it has to be Chelsea. But guess what? I think that Aston Villa, Chelsea fans want to hear this. I think that Aston Villa might just go there and spoil things and get a draw. This game looked like a game that will end in a draw. Well, I'm not too sure. When push comes to shove, I think Chelsea will win, but I think it looks like a game that will end in a draw. Let's go to France and see what happens tomorrow. AJ Ozil playing against Troyes. It's AJ Ozil to win. Rennes playing against Lille. This game, both teams to score. It's sure over 2.5. It's also sure. Let's go to Germany and see Freiburg playing against Hertha Berlin. Woo-hoo. This one, both teams to score. It's the highest I can give you. RB Leipzig playing against Mainz. I think RB Leipzig would win. Schalke 04 Bayern Leverkusen. Both teams to score over 2.5. Union Berlin playing against Stuttgart. Union Berlin will win over 2.5. Wolfsburg playing against Augsburg. I don't want you to put it in your accumulator. Now, this is the game. This is the game that costs, that will decide whether they were right to fire the coach or they should have waited for him to play this game before they fire him. But I guess maybe they say it's his former club, they don't want him to play. It's Bayern Munich hosting Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund will lose this game, then they're out of the titles. They win this game, they are in it. But guess what? This is what I'm going to say. It's over 2.5, over 4.5, over 3.5 even. Bayern will win this game. This is like a 3-2, 4-2 kind of game. Bayern Munich will win this game. AC Milan playing against, in the Serie A, Cremonese playing against Atalanta. A will win for Atalanta in this game. Inter Milan, Fiorentina, Inter Milan to win. Juventus, Verona, Juventus to win that one. If you like to bet in the Netherlands, AZ Alkmaar playing against Arabian, AZ Alkmaar will win over 2.5. I'm not going to pick all the games in that one. The game between PSV and Nijmegen, I think PSV will win that one as well. And then I go to Spain and say Girona playing against Espanyol. Whoa, this is Spain again. A difficult league to predict. Very, very tricky because everybody can't move with the ball and they're very, very tricky. So I'm going to go with both teams to score on this one. Athletic Bilbao playing against Getafe. Athletic Bilbao to win. Cadiz playing against Sevilla. Sevilla have been very horrible lately, but I think that the international break did them well. Some injured players are back. This is a game I think that they will win. At least Elche playing against Barcelona. Don't go and bet over 2.5. Barcelona have become the king of winning 1-0. They defend very well. They score 1 goal and they defend with their life. So I'll go Barcelona to win on that one. That's the prediction for games on Saturday. Should we do on Sunday? Well, let's give it a try. After all, I did some research on Sunday games. So let me just work on my notes instead of trying to even look at the website or live score. And work my notes because they're all in this computer. So for the games that I pick, West Ham playing against Southampton, this is a game where they say if you lose this game, you most likely will lose your job. So West Ham want to do something. But then Southampton will be coming from the fact that they feel disrespected because they played the 3-3 draw with Tottenham Hotspur, and then they fired the coach, and it's looking like, oh, they were not good enough. That's why they're angry. That's why the coach came out to do the utmost. Then I want to prove themselves that they can do something in this game. Guaranteed, both teams to score in this game. Who's going to win? I don't know. Newcastle United, Manchester United. I'm going crazy on this one. I'm going crazy just thinking about this game. I think I'm going to go with Newcastle to beat Manchester United. Yes, a lot of people will not like it, but before now, I would have said Manchester United will win, which because it's traditional, Manchester United always know how to beat Newcastle. But for Eric Ten Hag to be calling referee's decision, this is that game where you will see VAR, will manipulate, will do some things. Newcastle won this one. No, so let's go to France. Plenty of games in France on my notebook. Lille playing against Lorraine. Lille, I think they'll win. Agas playing against Nice. Both teams to score. Brest playing against Toulouse. Don't put that one on your accumulator. It's not important. Next game you should go look. Nets playing against Reims. Both teams to score over 2.5 in that game. Monaco playing against Strasbourg over 1.5. Monaco will win. Paris Saint-Germain playing against Lyon. This game is going to be tight. Lyon might win this game, but let's just say over 1.5 is the safest bet. In Germany, there are two games in Germany, according to my notebook. Okay, FC Cologne playing against Borussia Mönchengladbach. I think it's over 1.5. Werder Bremen playing against Hoffenheim. It's over 2.5. And then in Italy, there is the game, the big game of the night. It's Napoli playing against AC Milan. I don't know if Victor Osimhen is going to be available for that game. That might just be the decider, the difference between these two teams. But I think Svaratella is in good form. The rest of the team is also good. Simeone, if Osimhen is not playing, Simeone will start. I will go with Napoli to win that one over 1.5. AS Roma playing against Sampdoria. I go with AS Roma to win. And then Salernitana Spezia is not on my note. The game, I didn't write anything in front of it. The game Lazio, Monza. I think that Monza and Lazio, it's going to be tough, very, very close one. Both teams to score probably is the best bet on that one. And then I jump to Spain. But before I enter Spain, let me tell you guys that there are some games in the Dutch league that should tickle your fancy. Ajax playing against Go Ahead Eagles over 2.5. Ajax, Ajax to win anyway, but over 2.5. And then in Feyenoord, Sparta Rotterdam, this is like a local derby anyway. I'll go with over 1.5 in this one. And then I move straight to Spain, which is where I call it a wrap on my notebook when I was doing my schoolboy scribble and research. That's my handwriting be like if I was scratch. Okay. Celta Vigo, Almeria. This game 1-1 is how it will end. Real Madrid playing against Valladolid. Real Madrid will win. Villarreal playing against Real Sociedad over 2.5. Atletico Madrid playing against Real Betis. Atletico Madrid to win that one as well. That's where my research ended in that area. So let me look if there is messages that I need to read from you guys, or there's anything we need to talk about that we have not talked about. Remember, tomorrow night it's going to be Anthony Joshua and Franklin. Okay, Jermaine Franklin. What's going to win that fight? Let me ask you guys if you have a thought on the fight. What do you think? Is Anthony Joshua ready for this fight? He does look like, a fight that is supposed to be easy for Joshua. What are my reasons? Jermaine Franklin is not even ranked. It's not a ranked fighter. It's not like, he's one of the top heavyweight fighter, one person who's had a bet or something. I mean, he beat Dillian White. Dillian White is washed up. So what's the big deal with beating Dillian White, who is a semi-retired boxer? But then again, Anthony Joshua needs a fight that will bring him back into contention, that will make the crowd go, hey, yes, he's won, he's back again. Let's create that fight with Tyson Fury, because that's what everybody's looking for. If Anthony Joshua goes through his boxing career, doesn't fight Tyson Fury, doesn't fight Deontay Wilder, and then you count the fact that he lost back to back to Alexander Usyk, his legacy as a top-class boxer would always be questioned. So he needs to win this and then win it by knockout. That's very, very important. Not just win. If it stretches the game to the round, the 12th round, and then it's a point decision, oh boy, you're not good. You're just lucky. You're lucky because you're the big name and the judges just decide to help you. But then if you knock him out in round 3, if you Mike Tyson him in round 1, then we'll say, okay, yes, he's back. The change of coaches, 3 different coaches in 2 years is worth it. Okay? And then everybody will say, okay, all those time he spent in Dallas was worth it. But I'm going to throw the question to you guys. If you are Instagram or YouTube, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow night? Do you guys see Anthony Joshua winning that one or not? Well, DJ Lafama say Tottenham is very serious. I think what does say Liverpool just has a way of waking up against Manchester City, but they're playing at Etihad. Chelsea versus Aston Villa for me is draw. It's miracle for Chelsea to win. DJ Lafama say Bayern will win Dortmund over 2.5. Anthony Joshua has no business losing. If he loses, he should hang up and go. Yes, it's also said, in fairness to him, in fair Verona, he has said, if I lose this fight, I will retire. I'll pack up and go. Jermaine Franklin have also said, I'm not saying that I'm better than Joshua. Obviously, I don't have the pedigree and the bets to prove it. But if I get the chance, I will put him on the seat, on the box. Okay? I will put him on his box. I will knock him down. That's what he said. He's an American, so don't write him off. Grew up in the streets of Chicago, is it Dallas or so? It's, come from poverty. It's not really an boyish boy like Anthony Joshua. It might be brutal, might be difficult to beat, and then it might just do something that Joshua is not expecting. But I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. I'm going to anticipate and see what goes on in that fight. But it'll be interesting to see anyway. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but it'll be interesting to see. And finally, Dijala Fama say, heavyweight and boxing is no longer as competitive as before. The whole way of fixing fights have watered it down. Yes, it's because the Americans have lost interest in boxing and it's become a British thing. And anything that British people are doing, it doesn't make sense. It's not really about the fight, it's about the money. If Americans were still dominating, I am not sure most of the fights will go to Saudi Arabia. But because it's the British people will use everything. British people are they are the king of corn, the king of 419. And they invent 419. Yes, I said it. Not afraid to say it. They invented the short corn and the long corn. So to them, everything must be go and bring money so that you can pay tax to His Majesty. Our Majesty not die, so His Majesty's crown. Okay, so everything is about taking money. I don't say it's a bad idea. I mean, if that's how you grow your nation, grow your nation. I mean, this is a country that its lifeblood is built on slavery, going to other people's place, taking what they have, and coming home to use it to build your place. So I can understand. And then not calling it commonwealth. You thief another person money, you're not saying all of us get her. Like you have somebody come to you, steal your money, and I say, okay, I want to buy you biscuit. This money now all of us get them all, but now my hand it go the day. Anything what I like to buy, give, I buy it. But me, I can shop as much as I like. That's crazy, That's the model of the British people. That's their own way, and they're still doing it now. Double I Brian Abiodun, he said, I think Joshua will win this fight by knockout. It's just like match fixing for me. I also think like that. I think that they just did it so that his name, the British people are thinking you cannot Nigerianize his failure, right? When you Briticized his success and his glory, so you cannot Africanize or Nigerianize his failure. It's still going to go down as a British boxer who was beaten and by a Ukrainian. It doesn't make sense because by extension, a Ukrainian is one word, the other still a Russian. Okay, so they want to quickly bring him back. Even if he's going to go down, he shouldn't go down to somebody from that Balkan region. That's what they are doing. So they went to go and pick this Mugu to come and fight. But you see the thing about it, that's how they picked one Mugu some years ago called Buster Douglas. James Buster Douglas had no business winning that fight, had nothing to gain if he wins. How boxing is. Your money is already fixed, whether you win or you lose. But hey, Mike Tyson refused to train. He felt, don't worry, they fix the fight for me. Like Samson, he went to Delilah's house as Bob Marley and he came out as Aaron Kelly. And so this life just be. Sometimes everything does not work out well. When Buster Douglas saw the opening, he gave him a proper mental. He low down, seriously. He low down full fist. Like Tyson, he was lying in state. Lying in state, light out. Mother she wrote. That was all she wrote to matter end. For those of you who know watch, I'm gonna go look for that fight to watch. Or now the one where we say Leonard Lewis a beat Tyson they cry for ring. Or now that way Tyson bite but I only fit. But that Buster Douglas, that's the one you should go and remember. Go and watch that one. You will know. He openly they do that. Man Tyson, they do my Tyson. Like Buster Douglas meet him at the point of a need. He low down. Boom! Once pump action and then they shoot at like AK-47. You go aim and where. If he touch you once for chest, now gonna be don't die with that. It's no coming back from it. If he enter small for you, go open for back. Pump, that's why you call pump action. Pump action I mean, me do one. Me do you. Boom! If you do one once, you say will go back, it will go back. So you give my Tyson Lego lying in state. Well, that's all I have for you guys this evening. Next time we'll be doing this is on Monday morning. It's not going to be watch along this weekend. I'm not sure of it yet. When I am sure, we'll do it. But for now, let's take a break. Well, my name is Idafi Mathias. You all know me as the Lego Sport. Thank you very much for watching the Gbemi Salah Yusuf video. Thank you for your comment and everything. It's point of his need now. Like says, you know, anybody said the Lord will meet you at the point of your need. Your man will pray that prayer. My mother always pray that prayer. So they go, so God will meet you at the point of your need. That guy meet Mike Tyson at the point of you. Give a Obiokuta blow. Boom! You are so people blow. You take away. Give him pay. I said, take good. Well, that's why I pack my things, might go out, so I can go watch, might go continue my Raymond Reddy thing, season 9. Yeah. Blacklist. I don't do episode 7 just now. I didn't waste time. That's why I'm paying for the Netflix. Might go enjoy myself. All right, guys. Thank you. Good night and have fun. Bye-bye.